Alright, we're back with some more Ninja Gaiden 2 Black with mods. And I'm just gonna play through some of these chapters because I gotta, you know, I've been doing these on the lower difficulties just so that I fill up all of these things here with the, you know, I just want to complete them. And we gotta do Momiji's and then I can move on to some of these others here that aren't done. So we'll just finish off Momiji's on Acolyte, which is apparently normal mode, and I have always thought it was easy mode. I always thought it was easy, normal, hard, and Master Ninja was very hard, but it's not. Apparently it's its own thing. Anthony says, Dan, are you going to upload the walkthroughs for every chapter like you did with the others? No. No. I think at most I'll do a fun run. When I build a new computer and I can play the game in 4K and play it on maximum settings so that it looks as good as it's going to look, then I will do a fun run of the game. And hopefully by then some of the mods that I've been working on and other mods will be more mature, and so it'll be a better experience. Paul Donovan says, love your videos, man. For Ninja Gaiden, what are some of your favorite tracks? I like the airship theme from Ninja Gaiden 1, not Sigma, the original. I like Alma's theme from Ninja Gaiden 1, not Sigma. And I like the Alma Awakened theme, which I think was the same in both. I like the battle theme that plays on the airship in Ninja Gaiden 2. I like that one. That's a fun one. And I like I like a lot of the rock tracks from Ninja Gaiden 3. Ninja Gaiden 3 had some really cool pieces in its soundtrack, even if the main theme was a little bit sort of generic feeling. And I did enjoy the desert theme as well on day 2. That had some good music. And I think they tried to make the music more dynamic in 3. Like, they had a regular version and then a rock version of the same track for when you were fighting or not fighting. Like, just a list of things that Razor's Edge or Ninja Gaiden 3 did right. It's just a shame that they screwed up some other things in the process, making the game not as good overall. But Razor's Edge certainly did bring it back from the brink of garbage, which, apart from the Ultimate Ninja missions, Ninja Gaiden 3 kind of was garbage. Aunt Serrano says, hey, what's up, Dan? I've been a long-time viewer, and I just wanted to say you're the most chillest YouTuber for a long time. Thanks, I appreciate it. I used to be a lot more angry when I was playing these games. They used to make me mad. And they still do. I was just trying to get through this earlier, and I made a decision in my mind to fight all the enemies at once, instead of just fighting them in 2 separate fights. And because I was having such a great time with it, and then as soon as I made that decision, it caused me to die, I got really mad, and smacked my controller, and ended up hurting the muscle in my hand, so now it hurts when I make a fist. Although I was more mad about the decision I made not panning out rather than the game itself. Because I was doing this one on Mentor, and I was just trying to get through it, because I don't enjoy these chapters with Momiji. I find her movement to be just so clunky, and it doesn't feel good. Even her frickin' jump feels wrong. And so I wanted to get through Mentor as quickly as possible, and, you know, when you make a bad decision and it doesn't pan out, make you mad. Come here. Paul Donovan says, I liked the Venice theme in Ninja Gaiden 2, Ninja Gaiden Black ice level theme, and Ninja Gaiden 2 East meets West. Yeah, that was a cool one. The East meets West, I always wanted to hear like a rock version of that, because I thought it was pretty cool. Like, there was a time when I was like, man, I wish I could redo the Ninja Gaiden 2 soundtrack as a mod for Ninja Gaiden 2 Black that kind of adds a bit more of a rock cool element to it that they had going on in Ninja Gaiden 3, but do it like, you know, a little bit different to that. But, you know, the same kind of idea. Just making like cool rock versions. Oh, come on, you stupid Tengu. See, that annoys me. When he's like one hit away from death and then he starts grabbing, and I'm stupid enough to get hit by it twice. If that was on a higher difficulty, I would have been genuinely mad, because that grab would have done a heck of a lot more damage. Sorry, Phoenix Force Gaming. I assume maybe autocorrect did that, because it says at Dan Gavster Gaming instead of games. Dan, I still go back and watch a lot of your Let's Plays. I liked how the first thing you noticed about Momiji was how her... Momiji in 3 was how her breasts were larger than before. I'd have to go back and have a look at Momiji in 3. It's been a long time. But I think I know which part... Like, it must have been about, like, I assume I said that during one of the cutscenes, maybe. Because I know that... I was just thinking earlier, like, Momiji doesn't actually have a chapter in Ninja Gaiden 3. She's playable in missions, and in the story mode, she just fights alongside you when you go back to the Hayabusa village. Anoma's Place says, oh, let me read the thing, please. I managed to install the NG2B mod, but I don't know how to install and use it. Once you've put the files in place, it's automatic. You don't have to do anything. But there is a config file that you can make a few adjustments to if you want to tweak things. In the mods folder, there should be a... No, in the main folder for Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, there should be a plugins folder, and then in there, there's a Sigma 2 Black folder, and then in there, there's a config folder, and then in there's an INI file. And you can make some tweaks to it if you want to change, let's say, the FOV, or you want to disable the ninjas throwing 3 incendiary shurikens, or, you know, because he enabled it so that they could do their backflip and throw 3 of them, but you can turn that off if you want. You can change DLIM values and stuff. There are some things in there for more advanced users, but there are a few things that you can just set to true or false, and then save the INI file. But it's pretty much plug and play. You just install the files into the folder, and then it's just running. You'll be able to tell that it's working, because when you go into a fight in certain places in the game, the game will hitch for a second, because it's injecting the new spawns into the fight instead of the original ones. And it does that regularly throughout the game. Hang on, this fella over here thinks he can do stupid things. There we go. He fell down, and then he's come back up. Hey, buddy! Even this guy came back up with one arm. I do think it's cool in this game that the ninjas, they do what Ryu does. Like, if they fall down, they will do they'll kick off the walls to come back up. Or they will do wall runs. And I'm pretty sure they just use the same animation that Ryu does, but it's neat. It's neat to see them do it. Max Muller says, "Yo, what's good, Dan? Can't believe I catch you live." Yeah, that's cool. It's nice. It's always nice to actually, when you want to watch somebody, it's always nice to catch them when they're going live, because then there's just something about watching something that's actually happening rather than like watching a pre-recorded thing. Like if I was doing a fun run, I wouldn't just do that thing where I stand there for like 5 minutes and ramble. I would do my best to continue playing the game and ramble alongside the game in motion. But when you're watching a stream of somebody and you ask them a question, or you're listening to them talking about something that you're interested in, or you just like hearing them talk, you don't mind that they're just standing there, not really doing much like this, because it's actually happening. And there's something to that. Like, I've watched streams that I would find a little boring if it was a pre-recorded video, because it's actually happening and people are interacting. So it's always good to catch somebody live. And that's why I do this. Like, I remember years ago when I did one of my DayZ videos, I said I would never stream, because I liked the idea of polishing and finishing a video first. Kind of done a 180 on that now, where I just can't be bothered with that anymore, and I just want to play the game and interact with people. I like interacting with people in the chat. Reading people's questions and seeing what they think about stuff. Aunt Serrano says, Dan, you've been talking about when Team Ninja would make Ninja Gaiden 4. Since it's coming out, how do you feel? Are you hyped about Ryu's new suit? No, and no, I'm not feeling good about it. The trailer looked kind of cringe to me, and I didn't like the look of his new suit. I thought it was like over-engineered and had a bunch of... It just didn't look suitably Ninja Gaiden. It looked like Metal Gear Gaiden or Ninja Gaiden Revengeance kind of thing. I didn't want Platinum Games is the one studio I didn't want to work on Ninja Gaiden, because they don't make the same kind of hack and slash. It's completely different. And so I'm not really enthused about it. I hope that I'm wrong. I hope it turns out to be really good. I would like it to surprise me, but I'm not enthused about it. It doesn't fill me with confidence. Almost 2 decades, we finally get Ninja Gaiden coming back, and then they decide, hey, let's make it like something else instead. And oh, by the way, Ryu's not the main featured character in the demo, in the trailer. He's the side character. Oh, and by the way, he's only got one weapon. It's just the dragon sword. Now you know he's just going to be sidelined in the game. So yeah, I'm not excited. I was more excited about this game than I was about Ninja Gaiden 4. Again, I hope I'm wrong, but something tells me I won't be. If they have some kind of a challenge mode that lets you play the entire game as Ryu, so long as Ryu feels good to play and it doesn't feel really bad, then I will hopefully get some enjoyment out of it. But I really wanted them to just pull a freaking miracle and just make an awesome Ninja Gaiden game. It's like, hey, it's been over 15 years, Ninja Gaiden's back, and it's better than ever. But instead, it's Ninja Gaiden's back, and we're doing a spin-off with Platinum Games, so it's gonna feel like Nier Automata and not like Ninja Gaiden. We know you're gonna love that. Oh wow, thanks. You really did exactly what I wanted. I'm so happy. I think I might just die. It's so disappointing. And then this is just another repackaged Sigma 2. The only reason I'm getting as much joy out of it as I am is because they did make some improvements to it, and I've got the mods going, and the mods really do make this 100 times better. Especially Fiend Boosa's mod, it's just outstanding. Can you stop dropping inputs? Come on. I don't like what the camera's doing either. Like, why is it focused on him? I didn't mean to do that either. Why'd you do that? I'm supposed to be a lot better at this fight, especially on Acolyte. Can we do this properly, please? Oh, I hate you. He makes a stupid noise and then he spams it twice. I hate grabs. Grabs are just so annoying. I want to fight this guy as Ryu so he can really get his ass beat. Why am I doing so bad, huh? There we go. I did a lot better just before I started streaming because I was doing it on Warrior mode, and then I did it Mentor mode before that. It's more frustrating when you know you can do better, and then as soon as you start streaming, you play bad, and it's like, oh, gee. What will they think? It's almost like you're not good at this. Do I want to do this one? I guess I don't want to do the same chapters over and over to do all 3 of these, so what I might just do is go through on Mentor on some of these, so that I'm not doing the same one over and over, but I'll do this one next. It's more frustrating because that fight with those Tengus there, I got really good at it lately, and so, you know, getting my ass beat because I'm either getting distracted or just not doing well is really annoying. When you know you can do better, you know? And just a reminder, if anybody wants to ask me a question, just put @DanGavsterGames, and then it pops up in orange, and so it's really easy to see. Noria says, when did they say Ryu will only have one weapon in Ninja Gaiden 4? I'm not exactly certain. I just remember seeing it somewhere online, and people were talking about it. And I wouldn't just make that up out of nowhere. Like, somebody said it. Somebody mentioned it, or somebody said they said it. Because I assumed he'd have more. I really did. So when I heard that, I was like, what? Although I was also kind of like, why am I not surprised? Because again, he didn't feature much in the trailer. It was all about the other guy. Gotta make sure we get that nice big piece of essence in there. And we'll use these. Joshua Stevenson says, yeah, I saw people talking about that. Turns out the source for it was BS. I hope you're right. I hope you're right. But then again, I wouldn't be surprised. Would not be surprised at all if it's true. I wish you could hit the fish with shurikens, I really do. Sometimes you just want to bait them into coming at you, and you don't want to use the bow because it's slower than a shuriken. Joshua Stevenson says, it's still a possibility, but I really doubt it after the feedback from NG3. Yeah, I guess so, but it's like, in Ninja Gaiden 3, Ryu was the main character. I wouldn't be surprised if they did do it now, because he's probably not the main character. I could be wrong. It wouldn't be great if it just turned out to not be the case. And even if it was just a full half and half, where Ryu's like half of the game, the other guy's the other half. I'd be more forgiving of that. I still don't want that. I just want it to be another. I just want another Ninja Gaiden. I want to return to form, not a freaking spin-off. Come here. Oh, don't get stuck behind there. Yeah, you get some extra treatment. Leon says, also, NG4 so focusing on a new main character just makes me think of the train wreck that is Yaiba. Yeah, it was giving me Yaiba vibes as well, and I don't mean like the actual style of the game or anything like that. I just mean like the shoehorning of Ryu in there. It's definitely more than that. Yaiba, Ryu, and Momiji were just there, and it could have literally been removed from the game, and it wouldn't have mattered. This is obviously a bit more than that, but hopefully it's a lot more, and the trailer is just deceptive. It's just, you know, why would they show a trailer mostly featuring some character you've never heard of, and then putting Ryu in at the end just a little bit? It's... And the character is so typical of Platinum Games. Like, it looks like a character straight out of Nier Automata. You know, with a MGR kind of vibe. It's so... I don't know. It's not what I want in Ninja Gaiden. I just want Ryu to take care of business, and Ayane, Rachel, Momiji, Kasumi, and Sonya to show up and help out. What does that say? Chiku Gensai says, how do you feel about the other Ninja Gaiden game that's coming out? Or Ragebound or something? No, I don't really have an opinion of it. I don't really play the 2D Ninja Gaidens. So I don't really have an opinion on it either way. Except for the fact that I'm not going to get it. The only game in recent memory that I'm looking forward to is Vindictus Defying Fate, because I enjoyed the original Vindictus before I stopped playing it, like a long time ago now, over a decade ago. And when the pre-alpha demo came out, I had a blast with it. Really enjoyed Fiona's combat. It's simpler than this for sure, but I enjoyed goading the enemies into attacking me and then using the shield bash. That was so much fun. So I'm looking forward to the next alpha that they've got in the summer this year. Being able to try out the new characters. I really hope that they put Evie in the game. She I think her name's Evie. She was in the original Vindictus. She was actually like a ranged character, and she had a staff, and she fired out like magical projectiles. But when you got her to level 15, you could go down a different skill path with her, and then get a scythe instead. And that was so cool. I had a blast playing with her with the scythe. A couple of her combos really made me think of Ninja Gaiden as well, because they were directional input influenced. She even had a move where she would, while she was midair, she'd like whip them up with the scythe and then throw them down with it. And so, you know, when you're playing hack and slash games and none of them ever feel anything like Ninja Gaiden, and one game just has a little hint of it in there, you're like, hey, I like this. And I want her to be in Vindictus Defying Fate. I really hope they put her in it. Because there's a lot of characters in Vindictus, because it went on for a long time. Khalil Rawls says, I really hope that when Ryu takes off his mask in Ninja Gaiden 4, he doesn't look like a meathead from Ninja Gaiden 3. Yeah, I hope so too. Although I hope he just doesn't take it off, because there's no need to do that. They should never unmask him again. And if they do, it should just be in an alternate outfit where he just looks like he does from DOA. Because I remember in DOA 4, I used to think Ryu looked cool. Watch out. This move is amazing. See what I mean? It's amazing! Absolutely annihilates this thing. Kaguya says, have you played the Ninja Gaiden on the DS? It was actually quite solid. No, I never played it. It was not... I couldn't get on board with the control scheme. I didn't want to play Ninja Gaiden with a touchscreen. And given that I was like... I can't remember how old I was when it came out, but... I was so disappointed that we didn't get a Ninja Gaiden game on the PSP. And when I read Itagaki's words on it, he said if we were going to do it on the PSP, we might as well make a home console version. And I thought, yeah, that's the point. I didn't want some weird DS quirky Ninja Gaiden. I wanted frickin' Ninja Gaiden 1 on PSP that plays just like Ninja Gaiden 1 on console. That's what I wanted. That would have been amazing! That would have been another game I would have flooded my channel with a bunch of videos of. But no, they made the DS one, which just... I didn't want to play the game with the touchscreen, and so... You know... And the DS is not exactly a great system to make videos on, you know? Because it's not a regular widescreen thing, and it's a multi-screen. It's just... doesn't look as good when you watch it on a TV or whatever. So I was just never bothered with it. I won't say that it's not a solid game, though. I'm sure that it, you know, like you say, it's a solid game, and I never heard anything bad about it. It was just never something that I was interested in because of the way it controlled and that it was on the DS. I just desperately wanted it on the PSP. That game is forever the Ninja Gaiden game that robbed me of a PSP home console pocket Ninja Gaiden experience that I never got until the Vita. And then, you know, the Vita wasn't really good enough for it, and so you didn't even get it at 60 FPS. Ninja Gaiden 1 and Ninja Gaiden 2 on the Vita were 30 FPS. And they were based on the Sigma games, which is fine, but I feel like on the Vita, if they'd actually done a port of Ninja Gaiden Black, I bet the Vita could have played Ninja Gaiden Black at 60 FPS. Wouldn't that have been great? I would have liked that. Anyway, I got lots of stuff here. What else we got here? Also, is it just me, or has Unreal Engine ruined the graphical charm of Ninja Gaiden 2? It depends on how you look at it. I like the way they both look, although I do wish that there was less Unreal particle little dots everywhere. I wish there were more uniquely made effects instead of just sort of generic particle effects. But I will say that the original still holds up quite nicely in its style. Like, I played NG2 on the emulator yesterday, and it still looks pretty good. Which is nice, considering that it's, you know, almost 20 years old now. It's 17 years old this June, which is crazy! Leon says also, I can't wait for the dual swords. They feel extra great in this game. Yeah, especially with the mods, too. Especially with Fiend Boost's mod, where it fixes the delim and damage values and stuff. Makes the dual swords feel really good. Phoenix Force 411 says, Dan, do you remember you had a thing for Shura from Soul Calibur 4, suggested she'd be a guest character in Ninja Gaiden? Yeah, I remember her, yeah. I liked the way that she looked. I didn't like the big frickin' skull thing on her shoulder. I thought it was massive and unwieldy and looked dumb. But I liked the design. I just liked the way she looked. And I thought, you know, it would have been cool to have a character like that. I was always kind of disappointed that there was never kind of a speedy counterpart to Ryu. Kasumi was the closest thing in Razor's Edge, because Ayane feels totally different with... Because, credit where it's due, they were always true to Ayane's spinny nature. Like, in DOA, she did a heck of a lot of spins and flips, and her movesets in the Ninja Gaiden games reflect that. But Kasumi felt pretty good in terms of speed. Not as good as Ryu, but close enough. Momiji was always clunky. Rachel was clunky as well, very slow and heavy. And I always wanted there to be, if they were going to put, you know, a good, decent female character in the game, I always wanted one that was fast like Ryu, and Kasumi was the closest thing we got. This track's pretty good, too. I like this track, by the way. Couldn't remember the name of it, but yeah, I like this one. Joshua Stevenson said, "No way, Dan, did you like Shura from Soul Calibur 4? She awoke something in me as a teen." I liked her face. I thought she had a good face. I didn't care much for the character backstory and stuff, but I never really cared about that stuff anyway. Let's use the dual swords for a bit. Why don't you come down here, buddy? You coming? What's going on? Cleo Rawl says, "It sucks that Rachel wasn't in Ninja Gaiden 3. She was shoehorned into Sigma 2. Felt a little off, but hey, she's still a tasty biscuit, am I right?" Yeah, she did feel like an afterthought in Sigma 2. Clearly, she just wasn't meant to be there, and they just shoved it in for fun. And I'm glad they did. At least there was something, and we got to see a little bit of an improvement to her mobility. It's weird, though. I had more fun fighting stuff with her in Ninja Gaiden 1, even though she was way clunkier. But they improved her movement a lot in Ninja Gaiden 2. I think mainly it's just because her chapter is so short, so limited, she doesn't fight any ninjas. Like, the only way for her to fight any of the other enemies is to do the tag missions, and I just find the tag missions really boring, and like, I just wish they had chapter challenge with any character like they did in Ninja Gaiden 3. If this was the true definitive version of Ninja Gaiden 2, they would have taken a bunch of stuff that they did correct in Ninja Gaiden 3, and they would have put them in this, and they would have taken some of the new moves, like the Divine Swallow combo, and put them in this. They would have taken the outfits from Razor's Edge and put them in this. They would have the single-player mission mode from the original 2 in this. They would have had all the outfits from the original 2 in this. They would have taken all of the damage values and D-limb values and the spawns from the original 2 and put them in this. But they didn't. They tweaked the damage values and changed a few spawns on a few chapters, and then put new graphics on it and said, "Hey guys, no, it's totally not Sigma 2. It's Ninja Gaiden 2 Black." When they should have just called it Sigma 2 Black. People would have been much more forgiving if they just called it what it is. The only way this is going to be Ninja Gaiden 2 Black is when Fiend Boost's mod is done. And even still, I wish that they would just put in the time and either reassemble the code for Ninja Gaiden 2 from all of the various hard drives it's apparently on, or just put a team of people on decompiling it. Just get it done. Give us a freaking native PC port of Ninja Gaiden 2. I guarantee it would make some money. I don't know if it would sell enough. Like, I don't know how much it costs to put a team of people onto decompiling the game. But I would assume that it would make that money back. Because I don't think the fans will ever do it. The people that are good enough to decompile games and stuff, they're working on other things because Ninja Gaiden's not popular enough. Leon says, so with NG Black, is Sigma 2 irrelevant now on PC? Since now that it has mod support, or do you also play Sigma 2 Black mod? To me, it's slightly irrelevant. It's not irrelevant if I want to play it on my handheld, because for some reason now I can't run this game on there at all. It just doesn't have enough memory. It just crashes and says it doesn't have enough memory, so I can't even play it. So, it's great for that, and it's an all-around good experience. It's just because I like the fact that this has new graphics, it's a fresh look on the game. I've already got the Ninja Gaiden 1 voice mod that I always wanted. Even if it's in its most rudimentary form, it's there, and I've done it. I've already got a Ninja Gaiden 3 outfit mod here that's better than the other one that I did ever was. And those mods are going to slowly trickle over into this, like, Fiend Busa completing his Sigma 2 Black mod port to this. Eventually, it will be completely irrelevant, and I'd only play it for, being able to run it on a handheld. Or maybe in the future when I get a new phone. There's apps now where you can run Steam games on your phone. Somebody posted it on the Ninja Gaiden subreddit the other day, where somebody was playing Sigma 2, I think it was the Master Collection version, on their phone, and it was running at full speed. And they even said the Sigma 2 Black mod worked. And so, that would be another reason why I would play it on the phone, because there ain't no way you're ever playing this on the phone. Whereas you could play the other one. So for a perfect portable Ninja Gaiden, I would play that version. But this one's just a bit more fresh and new to me, so if it's going to get the mods that fix the gameplay just as the other one did, I would always choose this one over that one, because I like the shiny graphics. And, for the reasons I said before about having some of the mods better than that I had before. Get out of the floor, please! Get one of these! Come here. There you go. These stupid flying things are so annoying. They're just an irritation. Halrak says, "Hey Dan, how's it going?" Yeah, it's going alright. Just doing some chapter challenge to get some of the lower difficulties done. Khalil Rawls says, the Underworld drop or the Awesome Throw from Ninja Gaiden 3? I'm assuming that if my memory is correct, I referred to the Divine Swallow combo as the Awesome Throw, didn't I? Where he does 3 flying swallows and then drops them. Considering that you can do the Underworld drop for the end of that combo, definitely the Awesome Throw. Or the Divine Swallow combo. That is such an awesome move. It's like letting you do a version of the True Dragon Sword Ultimate Technique where you actually feel like you're controlling it. Dosa Boy says, going for platinum? No, not really. I never go for platinum on anything. If I get it, that's cool, but wouldn't really be a true platinum anyway, because I'm already running mods that affect the gameplay. I did beat the game on Mentor and Master Ninja, and then beat it on Master Ninja again on Chapter Challenge before I started modding it, but I might have started modding it halfway through, though, when I was on Chapter Challenge. I honestly can't remember. What the heck is going on here? I'm fighting a pair of legs. Underworld or Azuna? I quite like the Underworld drop. There's something about it, especially in Ninja Gaiden 3, the fact that you could hold up and choose between the two. I'm gonna say both. I like the choice of doing both, because sometimes I don't want to spam the Underworld drop every time. Sometimes I want to do the Azuna just to mix it up. But it's so cool that they let you do that. And I wish they would add little things like that to this. They had the opportunity to do that. Like I just outlined back when I was downstairs fighting those guys at the bottom of that room or whatever. And I said, they should have added that in this. They had an opportunity to add so much cool stuff to this to really make it the true definitive version, and it would have been a resounding success. But they don't care. They don't care. They didn't even care to do as much as Fiend Busa did. They didn't even fix the damage values and the spawns for every chapter. At the very least, the fact that in terms of gameplay tweaks, he did more than them is shameful. Or it just shows that they actually have no idea why people prefer the original over Sigma 2. Listening to people that have a crappy take of thinking, oh, you know, Ninja Gaiden 2's brain dead. Yeah, sure. Well, it's all about the gore and the lack of blood and enemies. Like, no, it's why were the enemies missing, huh? Why, what, no, let me start that again. It's what is the result of the enemies being missing? What happened because of that? You made them more spongy, which means you changed how they took damage, you change how much damage they do to you, and ultimately that completely breaks the tempo of the game. Now it's not about engaging a dozen enemies, it's about fighting 3 guys that keep getting up. I kind of liked the realism factor in Ninja Gaiden 2 in terms of when you slash at the enemies, they go down pretty quick. You're not going to slash at a guy with dual swords when you're a freaking master ninja like Ryu and watch them get up multiple times. They're going to go down fast. The fun is the fact that you're trying to manage fighting like 10 guys that are aggressive. I'll use the wind blades for those people that like me using the magic. Come here, buddy. Oh, he was dead before he even got him. We mix it up, use the dragon sword a little bit. Oh, I see why I'm fighting a pair of legs. Fiend Busa and his mod re-enabled the severing an enemy in half when you do the flying swallow, where they get cut in half at the torso instead of them being beheaded. So it's a replacement or a potential swap for an enemy being beheaded. But those stupid fiend things there, the imps or whatever they are in this game, they can be beheaded and they survive. And so they're running around as a pair of legs. Oh, man. Why don't we use the, yeah, use it again. There we go. Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy! Not So Safe for Work says, there was someone in the chat 1 or 2 streams ago that did call NG2 OG brain dead, certified self-reported tourist. Yeah. Phoenix Force 411 says, which iteration of ultimate technique for the dual swords do you prefer? Sigma 1, 2, or Razor's Edge? it's difficult because obviously I like the 1 and 2 because you can stretch it across a lot of enemies if they come close. But I do quite like the one in Razor's Edge because it's a mixture. It's like an enhanced... They went back to... There's a lot of nostalgia for Ninja Gaiden 1 in Ninja Gaiden 3. And I feel like the dual swords did that a little bit with the ultimate technique. And so the Ninja Gaiden 3 UT with the dual swords is basically the advanced version of the first Ninja Gaiden's UT, or should I say Sigma. It would be nice if you could do both of them in this game. Where with the Dragon Sword you can do a regular charge, or if you rotate it, you can do that. Why can't we have a rotate ultimate technique with the dual swords that makes him do the whirlwind one, like in Ninja Gaiden 3? And then when you do the regular one, he does the normal barrage of slashes. I'd like to have both. Leon says, will you be streaming day 1 of Ninja Gaiden 4? No, I won't. I'll probably wait until I can get it at a discount, and then I will stream it. I don't know if I'll stream the whole thing. It really depends on how much I dislike how the new character plays and how prevalent he is in the entire game. If Ryu plays good, and I can play him in other parts of the game, I will probably do more content on that if it's good. I'm still on the fence whether or not I will stream a full playthrough of the game so that people know that I at least played through the whole game to experience it. So then when I sit there and say I don't like it, at least I'm coming from an experience of having played all of it first. I don't want to sit there and go, it's bad, I don't like it, just because it's not what I wanted, because it might still be fun to play anyway. So, I want to give it a chance. I'm just not as enthused to do so. Because what it could have been depresses me, basically. It's gonna snatch some of that joy. Or all of it. And Lars says, what happened to the VOD of the stream yesterday? I got rid of it. I went on there, looked at it, and that whole section where it went dark, it annoyed me more than I thought it would, and I was like, no, just get rid of this one, do another one. It's not like it did anything important in that one anyway. I think I just did that last mission with Rachel or whatever. Because I did 2 streams yesterday, so I figured it wouldn't matter if I get rid of the other one. Those, honestly, the sad thing is those streams don't get a lot of views. Not a lot of people watch them. So I didn't think it was too big of a deal to get rid of one of them. I won't just get rid of them all, but I just decided to get rid of that one. And I thought I did a bit too much rambling in that one, so that was another reason why I thought I should just get rid of it. It's like, people don't want to hear me go on that much. Joshua says it could still turn out to be a great game, you never know. Yeah, I hope so. I really do. I don't want to be proven right. I'd rather be proven wrong. Genuinely. I want it to be a good game. And even if I end up not liking it, I'm sure that it'll probably do just fine. Especially because most people don't share my thoughts on Platinum games. Like, they like those hack and slash games, so I'm sure the majority of people will like it. Not So Safe for Work says, best to temper your expectations. Remember, they let us down with this game. Yeah, exactly. I'm just cynical these days, like nothing ever seems to impress me anymore. Not impress is the wrong word. Enthuse. Nothing enthuses me anymore. The only game I've been enthused about in years was Vindictus Defying Fate. And I was eager to play Hyper Light Breaker, and I bought it, played it for like an hour, and I was like, yeah, I don't like it. I didn't like it, and it sucked. I was disappointed by that. I mean, I know it was early access, but I thought I'd give it a shot, and I just didn't like it, so I refunded it. Who knows, maybe in several years when it's done, it might be better. But still, I'm excited about Vindictus Defying Fate. Had a blast with that pre-alpha. Brandon says, in Razor's Edge, which weapon's version of the forward of the Azuna drop combo was your favorite? The Dragon Sword. I just liked being able to do the Underworld drop, although I did like the Staff had a good one, and so did the Scythe. The Scythe one was really good. I liked that. I just thought it was cool that you could do it. Again, a question like that's difficult for me to answer because it's not that which one was my favorite. I just like the fact that you can do it at all. For all the weapons. I liked all of it. I wish that was in this. We can't even mod it in because the animation for the Underworld drop is not on the Dragon Sword, and so when the Dragon Sword is the current loaded weapon, that animation is not available. So you can't just take the string for that animation and apply it to the end of the Azuna combo. He will glitch out and do something else. I tried to do it. It was funny to watch, because every time I tried to do it, Ryu would do like a weird thing and then gain height, and if I kept spamming the button, he would just go into the sky, which was pretty funny. Not So Safe for Work says, I share your opinion on Platinum games being too floaty. While the segments that focus on spectacle are mainly certainly cinematic, combat in those games don't feel quite as snappy as Ninja Gaiden 2. And weighty. Ninja Gaiden 2 has a nice weight to it. And I like that. And what I loved about Ninja Gaiden 2 was I came to it straight off of Ninja Gaiden 1. Now, granted, coming at it from Ninja Gaiden Black, I would have had a slightly different opinion because you can do UTs whenever you want in Ninja Gaiden Black. And you can't in the original Ninja Gaiden 1, and that's what I came off of. So I was excited that I could just do UTs whenever I liked. Because I didn't know that you can do that in Ninja Gaiden Black. But they are really slow in Ninja Gaiden Black, and they were faster in 2. But what I loved about 2 was it was so familiar. Everything I had learned in Ninja Gaiden 1 was right there in Ninja Gaiden 2. The way Ryu moves, the way he controlled, the way he felt was all exactly the same, except everything was faster. Enemies went down faster. They came at you faster. You had some of the combos were more involved, and everything just felt really visceral and streamlined. And and all this while fighting substantially more guys than the first game. It was great. It felt like... It always reminded me of that line from the Batman movie, Batman Begins, where he says... I'm going to have to paraphrase because I don't remember the quote exactly. But Ra's al Ghul says to him, you can fight... what was it? He said, you can fight 5 guys. We'll teach you to engage 500. And I thought, that's how Ninja Gaiden 2 feels. In the original game, you're fighting 4 or 5 enemies. Usually 1 or 2 at a time. And in Ninja Gaiden 2, you're engaging 12 guys. I mean, look at all these freaking Lycans here. There's at least, and they're bigger than the regular ninjas, there's at least 7 of them. It's just really good. Come here. And over the years, getting better at Ninja Gaiden 2, I enjoy the enemy management factor. Learning to be persistent in your movement. If you stop moving, they will overwhelm you quickly. If you think you can just walk up to them and slash them without trying to kick off their shoulders or guillotine throw or stunning them with a shuriken first, you're gonna get slapped. Repeatedly. Because it still happens to me when I try and play more lazily. Which is great. It used to bother me when I was just trying to get the games completed back in the day, but now I'm just playing for fun. It's exciting. I enjoy watching the persistence of the enemies. Zitman X says, Platinum games are good for the boss fights. NG is best against general mobs. Yeah, I mean, I don't think the Platinum games that I didn't personally like are bad games by any means. Like, they're just not what I... Ninja Gaiden was the first hack and slash I really got into. And when I tried to play other things, I just kept thinking the same thing. Well, it's not Ninja Gaiden. I would always go back to Ninja Gaiden and immediately feel the weight and tightness of the combat and just think, that feels better. That's what I like. Get some more. We're not done with you fellas yet. I remember the only, like, I beat DMC4 on the 360 a long time ago. But it was a game I only played through once, and it wasn't something I wanted to go back to. I remember somebody recommended it to me a long time ago, and I was like, you know what? I'll give it a try. I tried it, it was fine, but it wasn't for me. I've just never really been keen on any of those games. Same reason for Bayonetta. When I played Bayonetta, I was like, I've felt this before. I don't need more of this. And I didn't like the premise of it either. Like, I don't want to play as a witch. I'm a simple man. And what I like about Ninja Gaiden is Ryu's a ninja that's literally trying to rid the world of evil as it tries to rise up and take everything over. Which is why I like his sort of heroic, no-nonsense, I'm gonna slaughter everything. Because he's fighting pure evil. He's fighting ninjas that want to kill everyone. And he's fighting monsters. You want to take him down. You have no remorse doing it. But I remember back in the day, I used to say those games were, oh, they're bad games. Like, I was stupid to say things like that. Like, they're just very different, and they're not for me. I always just gravitated towards how Ninja Gaiden felt, in terms of its gameplay flow, and the tempo of the combat, and I've always just stuck to it. Anything that had a similar, even just a hint of Ninja Gaiden in there, like with Vindictus, I enjoyed that. Vindictus certainly wasn't Ninja Gaiden by any means, but it had just a little bit of it in there that I enjoyed playing as Eevee with her scythe. That was a lot of fun. There were a lot of other characters that I wouldn't play as much because, like for instance in the Vindictus Defying Fate demo, like Lan, he's dual swords and he's fast and he dodges like Ryu, kind of. But I didn't like playing as him because it felt like stuff was missing. It's like, you kind of feel like Ryu, but lots of things missing. I found myself just wishing I could take Fiona's gameplay and Lan's gameplay and merge them together so that he could do the block shield smash thing but also be fast and dodge and do lots of combos. I thought, wow, if you put these two together, you might have a Ninja Gaiden-ish experience. Gosh, look at all these guys. No, get off me, you freaking big dog. Nice face, buddy. Come here! Oh! That thing spawned in then, and it completely shrouded my vision. Come here. You don't need to get upset, fellas. I'll take care of that for you. Let me use Exargama. And use one of these ones. Nice arm, buddy. Why don't you come here so I can do a counterattack? Don't grab. Yeah, okay. Don't do the grab. No, don't do that either. Come here. I want to do a counter on you. Come on, buddy. Hit me. No, don't do the grab. Hit me. He won't do it, will he? Hit me. Just hit me. That's all you gotta do. No! He went for the grab anyway. Hit me. Good. Now do it again. Come on. Don't need an alarm going off. Thank you. Hit me. Let's do the counter this time. Do the counter. No, stop doing that. Stop doing that. Come on, just do it once. Just do it for me, please. I just want the counter. Just one time. If you... Alright, you're pissing me off. What the heck just happened? What just happened? He ran towards the railing, so I dodged away and went to do the thing where you slap him with the Kusarigama, and it pulled me into the grab. No, don't use that. What the... that's... How many times do I have to say when I'm playing Ninja Gaiden that has never happened to me before? I didn't even know that was possible. The Kusarigama pulled me into a grab when all I wanted to do was counter the stupid dog. I know it's a lichen, I'm making fun of him. Alright. Oh, the Kusarigama is good for some things though, huh? I don't mind having to fight these guys again. The fact that I got to do that. Oh, man. Excuse me, sir. Why don't you get one of these? Now, what about you? Can we do a counter on you, sir? Would you like one? No? Don't you do that. Do it again. I can't see what's going on. Come on. Hit me. No, don't do that. One of you's gotta hit me. No? You want to grab too? Fine, I'll pop your freaking arm off. Who's next? Come over here where I can see what's going on. And you're gonna hit me? No? You're gonna do that? One of you's gonna hit me. Hit me, please. Why won't they do it? Just punch me! Go for the punch! Don't go for the jump. Punch me! Yeah, he finally does it and I'm not ready. What the heck's going on? Why won't he counter them? Gosh, they don't like this. They're really... They don't understand why Ryu's not just killing them. Don't do a grab. Do not do a grab. No! Alright, if they don't do it in like 10 seconds, I'm just gonna do something else. They really want to do the grabs all the time. Just because I want to counterattack them. I want to see, when several of them are hitting me, how wide of the range the Kusarigama's counter, the Y counter is against the lichens. Because it's really good against everything else. Hit me! Why won't Ryu do it? I don't get it. I don't, clearly I'm pressing the button at the wrong time. Their punches are so strange, like... I just seem to be consistently getting the timing wrong. And just so that you're aware, I could kill these things whenever I want. I'm deliberately being dumb here, because I want to try something. Like, if I want these things dead, I'll kill them. Oh, why? And they always do that. Stop doing that. Punch. 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 Again. Punch. Come on. Punch. Let me just do the counter one time. If I could even see what's happening. That's... What's going on? Why won't Ryu do the counter? Like, why are they so... I don't get it. I don't get it. He won't. I don't understand what's going on here. Just counter. Once I learn this, once I figure out when the counter actually triggers with this weapon against these enemies, hopefully I will be able to repeat it. Like, he won't do it. He just gets knocked down. Look at this. Why won't you counter? See what I mean? He won't do it. I'm pressing the button as soon as they go for the punch, and it's not working. I give up. Fine. I won't counter with the Kusarigama. I will just frickin' annihilate them instead. You asked for it, guys. You asked for it. And I bet you I could do the X counter, or the square counter. But I wanted to do the Y counter. I'll have to practice that off stream and find out what's going on there, because I don't know why he wouldn't do it. I'm clearly getting the timing wrong. Yeah, nice face, buddy. I wonder why he wasn't delimbing, but he was just getting ready to go down anyway. Ow. That hurt. Because the Y counter with the Kusarigama is amazing against a pack of ninjas. It's got a pretty decent spread on it. Can I interest you in some full treatment, sir? I'm still trying to get better with the Kusarigama. Still not very good with it. Come here. Ah. These things always annoyed me with that move. Used to really annoy me in Ninja Gaiden 1 as well when playing as Rachel. Nope, they always go for the grab. I tried to go for the counter. Stop going for the counter. You're just gonna die. Probably gonna die anyway. Come here. Get him in a freaking obliteration, please. Thank you. No. He didn't do what I wanted there, and then I couldn't dodge out of it. what I get for using a weapon I'm not very good with. I just want, you know, can't get better at it if you don't use it. So I'm gonna keep trying. Because that's great. Love the range on that move, too. Do you know what I wish Ryu could do, though? These Lycans are obviously too big to pull them towards him with the Kusarigama like other enemies. Why can't Ryu do the same move that pulls them towards him, but instead, he wedges the frickin' blade of the Kusarigama in the Lycan and then pulls himself at the Lycan and then goes into a cool obliteration where he, like, takes their head off. Missed opportunity there for some of the bigger enemies. Oh, wait your turn. Come here! Some of the animations for this weapon are really good. There's more guys coming. Yeah, here they come. We don't have time for you. Oh, there's more of them. Don't do that. I must admit, though, a lot of these weapons have a flying swallow, but you can only do it off of a wall, and I wish that you could do it like the Dragon Sword, just midair. Like, look at this. Can you not run on this wall? No, of course you can't. See, look at that. He's got a flying swallow with it. And I would love to have that, just so that I could close the gap and dive into combat using this weapon. Same with the staff, too. It's got a pretty neat flying swallow on it. Just can't use it. Unless you're wall running. How often are you wall running in a fight? You'll have to forgive me for my mediocre play there. I was just trying to improve my skills with the Kusarigama since they're practically non-existent. And he didn't dodge. Why didn't you dodge? I freaking pressed the button. Joshua Stevenson says, when was the last time you used a talisman? I don't think I ever used them. Yeah, I keep telling myself you shouldn't have to use the talisman. If you do, you failed. And so I won't use them. So even when it's the end of the chapter, and you might as well just use it. I just never do. Like, I should use it right now, right? But then I think, well, it's the start of this freaking little fight with these things. Why bother? Just start again and do it better. I wish the throwing of the scythe in this was better, but it's not, so we're not going to use the scythe. I love how he did it to this one enemy instead of, like, directing it towards those ones behind him, because I was pointing it at them. Come get it, fellas. Who's coming? It sucks that he didn't get stunned out of that run. When they run towards you, they are committed to it. Beautiful. Beautiful, dude. Nope, we're dead again. As Hitman X says, it's so annoying the talisman is the top option on the death screen. Yeah, I know. It's also annoying that you can't just try again. You actually have to press a button on the D-pad or the analog stick for any of the options to be selected. I wish there was an option in the menu that you could toggle on that's auto-continue. Just like Ninja Gaiden 3. When you died, it would instantly, almost instantly fade out and let you try again. You didn't even have to go through the stupid game over screen. Gosh, I miss the days when the scythe freaking annihilated them. Why don't we, I'm gonna use one of these, since I'm almost full of those healing items there, and I'm gonna use this just for fun. Nice face, fellas! Yeah, wow! That's good against them. Their faces sure don't like it. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, sit down, bud. Take a nap. Sucks they didn't re-add the freaking thing from Ninja Gaiden 2 either, where the Lycans pick up the pieces on the floor and throw them at you. It was annoying, but it was, you know, it was in the original game. And I remember in my video where I did the airship mission mode, mission 14, I would see them getting ready to throw something at me, and I always found my reactions to like, no! Like, I thought it was funny, so like, I want it back. Gosh, the way they made Sonya's outfit fit her looks so bad that it's just, it doesn't look right in that shot anymore. Yeah, it just doesn't look right. It don't look right at all. That was always a cool shot, though, seeing Ryu hanging off the side of a helicopter. Did you hear him make that noise, then? He made the noise! He did the... He randomly did that right at the end of the cutscene. I wonder if he was finishing off what he was doing just before the cutscene interrupted him doing the spin. I wonder if that's what that was. Alright. I'm gonna take a break for a little bit. If I don't stream again today, I'll probably stream again sometime soon. And then you know, whenever I've got free time and I feel like playing the game, I usually want to stream it, or I figure I might as well. So thanks everybody for coming by. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed watching, in spite of me screwing around too much with the Kasari Gama. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Have a good one.